Hello everybody, I decided to do a comic review today of Postal #1. It is a new release. I just picked it up a few hours ago at the comic book store. If you watch my regular videos, you know that I haven't been reading a ton of comic books lately, but I went and bought some today, and I actually have read almost all of them. This one I've just sort of picked up off the rack because it was the first issue and it was an Image comic, and it's something about it just intrigued me. I thought it looked interesting, and not keeping up with all of the comic news, I don't really know much about it, so I decided to give it a try. I thought that it was interesting, for sure. It started off not how I thought it was going to start off at all. The whole premise was not what I was expecting, and it ended on a cliffhanger that definitely makes you want to get the second issue for me. I think that this is a series that I'm going to keep reading for a little while at least. I don't know that it's going to be a long-running series, but I think it'll last a few issues at least before I could see it maybe trailing off and getting a little boring. It is about a town called Eden, which sounds a little biblical, I guess, and it sort of is almost. Whenever you get into the issue, you learn that it's kind of like Eden is like, I guess you would almost call it like the last chance for criminals. I guess that pretty much everyone in the town is a criminal of some sort, but there is no crime in Eden. The mayor, who is a woman, I don't remember her name. I don't know if they even say her actual name, but she is the mayor, and she is her name, Dana. Her name is Dana, and she's the mayor. She is like an older lady. Lighting is bad in this room, but that's her right there. She's the mayor and sort of oversees all the things. Whenever someone new comes into town, she talks to them and sort of lets them know, like, you will do this, you will not do that. And it's called Postal because the story mainly follows her son, who has Asperger's syndrome, which that to me was one of the most interesting parts because I know a few people that have that, and I've watched TV shows of people that have it, but I've never read in a comic book, and it sort of has like his issue with that is sort of what sort of gets things running in this comic book. He notices things that normal people might not notice. He has certain things that he has to do. He has a job as the mailman, so it's his job to deliver mail to all, 2,198 people in Eden, and if the letters get damaged, he has to like type out new ones. He has to like open the mail, which I'm pretty sure is a federal offense even for post office people. I think they're just supposed to stick them in a plastic envelope and say, here, this got damaged. But his mother has told him that he has to open the mail and like type it out, the new letter, and then give it to the people. So he ends up finding a bad person sort of accidentally. He goes to correct something that he thought was wrong, and in the process finds a bad thing, and it gets taken care of. In the end, this mysterious body shows up in the middle of the street, and it's no one in Eden, and it's basically the whole next issue is probably going to be, who is this girl? It has some lighter moments with him eating his food every day at noon, and it has his waitress and sort of a relationship that they have. There's like this Indian guy who sort of is like an old-time Indian who believes in all is one with the world, and you get everything that you need from the earth, and that factories are bad, and just sort of like, I guess, stereotypical Indian almost. I don't know how else to really describe him, but I think it'll be interesting to see like all of these roles, like what role they play, like how the Indian is going to come, what his role is going to be. There's like a French chef that only speaks French. I'm interested to see like what his role is going to play, and just all of them. I think that all of these little characters that they sort of introduced you to are all going to have an interesting role in this series. If it sticks out, hopefully they have an interesting thing and it doesn't just die out. I don't know. Image is a good series. It's a good it's a good comic publisher. And this is part of Top Cow, which I really like a lot of their books, but a couple of them, they change directions like suddenly, and once the directions changed, they're not as good anymore. So I'm hoping that this one at least sticks out and has a complete story arc and finishes all of its loose ends before it just completely changes direction. All in all, I think I would recommend this. If you're just looking for something that's fun but kind of serious and not super, if you want a superhero comic, this is not it. I feel like the mayor, like the mother mayor, she almost reminds me of Mallory Archer from Archer. Like, just sort of in the way that she looks, and I don't know, whenever she talks, I just picture that voice from her, because she sort of has that personality, but of course her son is not Sterling. That's not her son at all, but I think it's going to be interesting to see her and her interactions with her son and with everybody else. So I'm excited for Postal number 2. It doesn't say when it comes out, but bunnies are adjusting themselves. That's the second cover. And all in all, yeah, I would say that this is worth a shot. It should be fairly easy to find. If not, I think that you can probably order from topcow.com. And yeah, it's written by Brian Hill and Matt Hawkins. And I would overall say that it is worth a shot, and I would suggest reading it. So this is Postal number 1, and I read a comic book, so it's been a while. So that's all I got. So I'll see you guys next time. So bye!